From Borno State, thousands of residents in Maiduguri, Borno State, are grappling with several severe floodings that has displaced over 200,000 people, with many trapped and unable to access food or essential services. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum said visited several displaced persons, come and praise the federal government for providing 3 billion naira in flood interventions fund. The Borno State's emergency management agency rescued 719 people from flooded areas, though unconfirmed reports suggest facilities in Kaduna flood water destroyed a road and bridge, cut off 5 villages in Rere area, local government area. Governor Obasani pleaded swift actions to addressing the impacts on the Algerian communities. Meanwhile, Beru Sima raised concern about snake bites in IDP camps, with 16 cases reported. In Kano, Sima confirmed that 47 people were killed and 226 communities affected by flood and windstorms in 27 local government areas. This year, thousands of homes and farmlands were destroyed, and relief efforts are ongoing. Residents are urged to avoid building on waterways and clear drainage system to prevent further floodings. All right, Dr. Weke, this is, of course, from Borno State, and I know you've heard about the disaster that is going on towards them, the destruction because of flood. But my concern right now, we know that a committee's data published by the National Bureau of Statistics has shown that Borno State received 815.9 million naira as ecological funds between January and June 2024, notwithstanding the state government failed to prevent the collapse of Aliwu Dam, despite warning about the possible collapse of the dam. What do you think about this? Could it be that the federal governments are actually not working, or there is something we are not understanding here?
Yeah, in the first place, heart goes out to the people of Borno State. This is an extraordinary item. Nobody planned for windstorms and devastating floods like this.
Exactly.
You know, it just came. But the other leg to it is that our NIMET, our professional bodies in charge of these predictions, have been doing these predictions over time. And if we engage them, they predict with exactitude. If you observe them, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, the NIMET, these guys have been on top of their game. That's one agency in Nigeria, I think, that has not failed in any day, you know. Now, what do other agencies, ministries and agencies do with these professional people? They can actually do a 5-year prediction if you engage them. They can work it out. Even if they can't do maybe an annual or biannual predictions. Why am I saying this? Is what have we done with these predictions? What have we actually done with these predictions? Like, can't we convert the flood to a glorious moment? These floods, you know, we have countries like Netherlands and Iceland living below sea level. And these countries don't have flood issues. What have we learned over the years? Can we have electricity shortfall? Can we convert it? Can we take advantage of it? What is the relationship between the prediction of NIMET, which is a subunit of Ministry of Environment, and that of Works? How can they collaborate with these predictions and make a budget of, do a 4-year or 3-year projection on how to overtake or intervene the floods? Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
Because there can be a technology inroads into this. If as the floods are coming, from what we say, the floods source is also noted from where it is coming from. Can't it be intervened? Can't something be done? Can't something be done? Like as it's coming, is captured into an aerial surface. Do you understand? Okay. An uppermost surface, you know, with overhead tanks that can revolve it and rotate it into a convertible energy. Do you understand? Can't we think in that direction? Federal government bringing 3 billion to their succor. If you put half of this amount before this period to ensure that they will ameliorate the effects of this,
okay,
it would have done us a lot of good.
Dr. Weke, right when I asked this question, I just said something that about 800 million naira was given to Borno State as ecological fund, and this money is meant to use and fix some of those damage, those things that could actually cause when a natural disaster comes. Definitely it can mitigate it. All right, and they also predicted that this dam was going to collapse. The money that was released, what did they use it for? What did they do about the prediction, like you rightly asked? You understand? It's not about now bringing 3 billion naira to help the affected people. It's more like medicine after death. There was prediction. Money was released. At least there is every tendency they would have been like, instead of us to tackle A, let's use it and tackle B, which is the dam. So that when it happened, it's not going to affect people this much. What exactly did they do with all this bill that is being signed out?
No, the thing is that Nigeria doesn't have expenditure culture, or we have expenditure culture, a culture that is cultureless, but we don't have expenditure discipline. For example, if you are giving somebody 800 million, and the total cost of that project will be 800 billion, you don't need to release all the money. You release money in tranches, in mileages. Are you get what I'm saying? Why is that so? So that you monitor what they are doing. You release the first tranche, and then you say, okay, can we come and look at what you have done with this tranche? Okay. Now, you have released this total sum to this man who doesn't have a supervisor. So what are you expecting? They should give him more. The man will to go the way of others.
What do you mean? They should give them more money?
Yes, now, because we don't have, like, we are here and there. Nigeria is not a country of pathway. Do you understand? We don't have a focus, especially the leaders. It's a country of leaders. Our leaders don't know. They just do things as according to their whims and then caprices. We are looking at a focused people. You release 800 million. Even me, you release 800 million here. I say, I just use this money and fix that road there. Sometimes it might not be specific. I hear that there are bad roads in your village. Just use 800 million and fix it. Nobody calls me to say, okay, who is the contractors? Can we interface with the releasers of this fund? Can we have a conversation with the contractors? We are the ones releasing it. You are the one ensuring that this thing is there. And we have to ask you questions on how you use these funds. Okay. Then I'll be cautious. Are you get what I'm saying? So it is not enough to say that funds are released to states, local government. Who is supervising them? I have always said that EFCC, instead of working with politicians, do you understand? They can work as financial supervisors of these agencies. Before monies are released, EFCC, ICPC officials should be there. I say we are releasing so and so. And most of the EFCC guys and ICPC people or government people, they are accountants, they are professionals. They know contract management. They know bargaining. So how on earth will you release, if you say this contract is valued at 3 billion, and then you release 3 billion at a go? Who does that? Which country does that? Are you finishing it the same day? So you calibrate what you are going to do. You release the money. In fact, most of these things should be done with the banks. Banks understand these principles. So if you release money to a civilian or any human being and say, okay, see your own village own. This portion is for your village. You know you are the big man here. In this case, the governor. Take your own. This other state, take your own. They go with it, and they might just on the way decide what to do with it.
But when money is released
away from what it is meant for.
When money is being released for a particular project, it is expected that that project be carried out. Even if the money is not enough, at least they will see that they've started something, and then the money is not enough. They can now write or whatever thing they want to do. But in this case, we keep hearing the federal government is probing this money, they're investigating how this fund was used, because they have not seen anything tangible to hold on to. So are you saying that because the contractors are not there, people are not there to review how the money is being used, that is why they have not done what they are supposed to do with the money? Because as you can see, since this Borno State disaster started, we have not heard where they say, okay, they tried something on the dam, but maybe they didn't get it properly. There was prediction, but the dam still collapsed.
That's what I'm telling you. Our leaders are supervisor free. Right? There's no supervisor. Who supervises the governor? Who supervises the president? They are the alpha and omega. Are you getting what I'm saying? They can say, be thou killed, and it will be so. Now, and when you are killed, they can say that, no, we actually did a Photoshop. We are doing graphics. No, that is how it was. They are not accountable to the people.
Okay.
Right? If these men were really accountable to the people, before certain critical decisions are taken, the people will be consulted.
Okay.
Even if it's mere broadcast, the people will be informed on the next line of action. Now, what we are saying is that you give them this money. Who is tracking it? Man is corrupt by inherent. Man is corrupt by default. We are looking at strategies. Are you get what I'm saying? Well, if you can't, we are looking at strategies to curtail the excesses of man. Do you understand what I mean? So if you say the governor, it could have been another person. If you like, bring 50 governors and give them this money, you won't see any proof. Because the way our government runs, the way our land runs, it runs like the winner takes it all, the taker takes it all. You don't, nobody bothers about anything, right? And if you even start asking, you'll be seen as an enemy. Those who attack the government, they might even treat you according to their choice. So the thing there is that if we can capture some of these deficits, deficiencies in our constitution, I don't think EFCC has so much work to do. Since we already have them, they can be engaged in some of these trackings. It's our money. You just give somebody whooping sum of 800 million and you go to sleep. Who does that? And can we have a costing evaluation of what we are paying for? And what is the timeline for the completion of this project? Who are the contractors? What is their pedigree? How much have they accepted that will pay them in the first tranche, second tranche, and then the final payment? Do you understand what I mean? And you are sure that this money, even if the 3 billion has been approved, is amortized in a special account. Government will show you, see your money. But we can only release so and so. Do you understand?
All right.
Now, what we are saying is that they will still have money. They will still be corrupt. For example, if you not, but the problem we have with them is that they want to take everything. Like if you say now the FCC guys, my guy, we are just bringing out this money now, but you know now you can benefit this, you can, so that they will facilitate that you're actually supervising us. But at least it will be a shift away from where we are right presently. Something is being done. The guy, the EFCC officer, does a report that is brought to FEC. Each of these projects are released by Federal Executive Council. You now have a route. This money we release. Have you ever heard of people coming to give reports? The money we released 6 months ago. This is where we are. This is what we've achieved. This is what we mean by tracking. That way, people will be very careful
on how they spend,
the money.
All right. And